students. Good morning to you all. Today in this class, you will learn another lesson from the English compulsory text, The Horizon. And the title of the lesson is On the Rule of the Road. The title itself is quite apt and suggestive, and this essay is written by A.G. Gardiner. The essay on the rule of the road, as I said just before, penned by A.G. Gardiner, and it basically deals with the theme of importance of our adherence to law and order, appropriate and civilized behavior, and the necessity of certain restrictions on individual liberty to keep others' freedom intact for the betterment of our society and amelioration of our society. In nutshell, the essay talks about our behavioral pattern, our mannerism, our social etiquettes, our expected cultured behavior, and as a whole, we should always be conscious of keeping others' freedom intact, and at the same time, we should also exercise our own freedom. This essay is an interesting one, no doubt about it, and it actually appeared in Gardiner's anthology entitled Leaves in the Wind. It was published under his pseudonym Alpha of the Plough. In this anthology, A.G. Gardiner gives an emphasis to conform to the set of principles existing in our society and puts an effort to ensure that our liberties must be curtailed. In this respect, Gardiner gives several examples like the role of a traffic police who is confronting with the people and trying to control the road traffic to make his point clear. We should have to adhere to set rules of traffic, no doubt about it. Unless we follow the rules of traffic, everybody will not be able to reach out to the destination. Otherwise, if everyone tries to keep their liberty to drive as per their will and wish, the road would be jammed, and that would lead to accidents and chaotic conditions and situations over there. And finally, nobody will be able to move from the place in order to reach out to the destination. So, we must consider liberty as a social contract and not as a personal affair. Then only everyone in the society can live together in harmony. So this is the line of thought which has been adopted by A.G. Gardiner, and he is trying to make his point very clear that we, the people, living our social life, being the integral part of a society and a culture, and of course, as a nation, we belong to one particular country. We have to follow the rules and regulations of the country. We should abide to the law and order of the country. The imposition of law and order upon an individual or upon the people of a country doesn't mean that your freedom is at risk. As an individual, as a citizen of a country, you can exercise your freedom as provided by the constitution of the country. No doubt about it. And nobody will come in between also. But while exercising your freedom, you should never create a problem for others also. A beautiful example has been given by A.G. Gardiner in this respect. Everyone has a right to ride a bicycle or drive a car or use any conveyance or a vehicle that you have on the road. But it doesn't mean that you can drive your car however, whenever you want. You are expected to follow the traffic rules. Whenever you reach out to a juncture like a crossroad, you have to follow the rules of the traffic. And if at all the people decide not to follow the rules, there will be a very critical condition over there in the square, and nobody will be able to reach out to any destination at all. See here now, you have a right to drive your car on the road. But parallelly, your freedom of driving your car on the road is also curtailed by the rules and regulations of traffic. If you really want to reach out to your destination, you are supposed to follow the rules, and the same is expected from others as well. When collectively, altogether, all of us follow the traffic rules, then only the traffic in a city or a town will be smoothly moving towards their respective destinations. So this is how, first of all, we need to understand that in order to maintain the law and order, certain conditions are put forward by a nation, and being a very conscious and aware citizen of a country, we are expected to follow the rules. Same thing happens in the respect of society also. Same thing happens in the respect of your family also. Your family also has certain rules to be followed, to be implemented. Some are imposed by your mother, some are imposed by your father. But don't take it as if it is coming in between the way of your exercising freedom. And here in this lesson, which is titled as On the Rule of the Road, the author has very effectively expressed his views about the rules and regulations that we are expected to follow in our life. He is also trying to explain the concept of freedom and the concept of liberty, and in order to justify his statement, he is providing a couple of examples so that we, the reader of the text, will understand the point better. Now, I would like to proceed with a short introduction about the author. Alfred George Gardiner, born on 2nd of June 1865 and died on 3rd of March 1946. He was a renowned British author, newspaper editor, and an English journalist. He was born in Chelmsford, United Kingdom, and in his early life, he started working at the Chelmsford Chronicle and the Bournemouth Directory. He joined the Northern Daily Telegraph in 1887 and later on the Blackburn Weekly Telegraph in 1899 in its editorial team. He worked as an editor of the Daily News during 1902 to 1915. He is specially recognized for his essays written under the pseudonym Alpha of the Plough. His essays are written under his own initials too, are well known. The daily life of the English and the common issues in their lives stand at the core of his writings. His most celebrated and universally recognized works include Prophets, Priests and Kings, Pillars of Society, The Warlords, pebbles on the shore, wind falls, lives in the wind, the Anglo-American future, what I saw in Germany, letters from Germany and Austria, life of George Cadbury, the life of Sir William Harcourt, Many Furrows, John Benn and the Progressive Movement, portraits and portents and certain people of importance. Through his writings, along with common issues of the English people, A.G. Gardiner protected the socio-political, intellectual, economic, and religious issues and problems of the contemporary British society. So if you could really go through, you will have a huge list of contributions that he has in the course of time as an essayist and as an eminent, prolific writer. So probably from this biographical sketch, you might have understood the kind of writing, the kind of style, the kind of thematic concerns which were exercised by A.G. Gardiner in his writings. So students, now I would like to proceed with the text of this lesson, which is titled as On the Rule of the Road, written by A.G. Gardiner. Let us look at the first paragraph over here, and right from the beginning, you will realize that the kind of theme that he has already adopted while writing his literary creed, the similar kind of theme has been inducted over here in this lesson as well. That was a jolly story with Mr. Arthur Ransom told the other day in one of his messages from Petrograd. A stout old lady was walking with her basket down the middle of a street in Petrograd to the great confusion of the traffic and with no small peril to herself. It was pointed out to her that the pavement was the place for the foot passengers. But she replied, "I'm going to walk wherever I like. We have got freedom now." It did not occur to the dear old lady that if liberty entitled foot passengers to walk down the middle of the road, it is also entitled to the cab driver to drive on the pavement, and that the end of such liberty would be universal chaos. Everybody would be getting in everybody else's way and nobody would get anywhere. Individual liberty would have some or would have become social anarchy. See the kind of example which is provided by the author right in the beginning. The first example actually talks about the actual rule of the road. We also follow the rules of the road. We also follow the traffic rules while living even in a small town or a big city or a metropolitan city. And we should definitely adhere to the rules of the road, no doubt about it. and it is not going to harm your liberty also. But see the kind of expression made by A.G. Gardiner over here. Right in the beginning, he talks about a jolly story which Mr. Arthur Ransom told the other day in one of his messages from Petrograd. So Arthur Ransom talks about a stout lady. She was an old lady, and she was walking with her basket down the middle of the street in the city of Petrograd. And once she started walking right from the middle of the road, there was a great confusion of the traffic. But unfortunately, the stout old lady did not realize her mistake, and there was no small peril to herself. Ultimately, a few people came forward. It was pointed out to her that the footpath is meant for the foot passengers. The word which is used here in the book is pavement. Pavement means footpath. Footpath or the pavement was the place for the foot passengers. And of course, she was expected to follow the traffic rules and pass by the footpath only. But see the kind of reply which was given by the stout lady. She replied, "I am going to walk where I like. We have got liberty now." See the fun here. The way she replied, it indicated that she was very conscious of her freedom. She was very conscious of the principle of liberty, and she wanted to exercise her liberty however she likes. And that's why she was walking right from the middle of the road without bothering the traffic rules, creating hindrance and disturbance to all the people passing by the road. And now, in the name of liberty, in the name of freedom, she is trying to impose the kind of exercise that she is doing upon others. But the point is, it did not occur to the dear old lady that if the liberty entitled to the foot passenger to walk down the middle of the road, it is equally entitled to the cab driver or a rickshaw puller or any other vehicle driver to drive the vehicle on the pavement, that is on the footpath, and that would definitely would be the end of such liberty, and which will create a universal chaos. It means the people, those who were expected to walk on the footpath, some of them will be following the rules, some of them will be, walking right from the middle of the road. And the cab drivers or any other vehicle drivers would prefer to use sometimes the footpath, sometimes the road, however, wherever they want. So that is going to be a universal chaos. In fact, the lady has a liberty to walk wherever she likes. Likewise, the cab driver is also having the same liberty to do however he wishes. So everybody would be getting in everybody else's way, and finally nobody would get anywhere. It means nobody will be able to move for an inch also to move towards the expected destination. Now you see the last point made over here in this paragraph. A.G. Gardiner says, individual liberty would have become a social anarchy. Social anarchy. The word anarchy means where there is no implementation of any rule, regulation, law and order. The people live however they want. No social order at all. No implementation of law and order. Nothing. So, if at all everybody thinks that I want to exercise my individual liberty or I want to exercise my freedom however I want, it doesn't mean that you can exercise your individual liberty and freedom at the cost of the individual liberty and freedom of others. Unless you protect the liberty of others, how do you expect that others will protect your liberty and freedom? Right? So you need to think on these lines, because the concept of liberty or the concept of freedom is really a very complex one. You cannot define the things however you want. You cannot say that I am living in a free country called India. I am free to do whatever, however, whenever I like. No, you cannot do so. The constitution of the country has definitely given you certain rights. And one of the fundamental rights that you got is the freedom. Freedom of thought, freedom of expression, freedom of following religion or adhering religion. You have any number of rights there, no doubt. But while exercising your freedom, as you claim it as your right, don't forget that the constitution of the country has also insisted you to follow certain duties in life. Unless you adhere to the duties, unless you are dutiful as a citizen of a country, you will have no right to claim for the freedom. It means first you are bound to the law and order, then only you can think of exercising your freedom and demand your rights. Because every country has a law. Every country has a constitution. If at all it is a democratic country. And of course, it offers you liberty. The country offers the people of the country with freedom. So you are free to exercise your speech, your style of living, your mannerism, your preferences, so on and so on. But that should be done not at the cost of others' freedom, but that should be done only when you adopt and follow the certain, responsibilities and duties which are expected to be followed by you. And here, if you really go through the text, you will realize that A.G. Gardiner is very effectively talking about such matters. There are a few people, those who think that we got freedom or we have freedom, it means we can do anything that we like. No, we cannot do so. We have a kind of freedom which is bound by some other responsibilities and duties as a citizen of a country, and we are supposed to follow the law and order as per the constitution of our country. Whether you are living there in United Kingdom or United States of America, or else you are living here in India, every country has its own constitution and the whole country runs according to the constitution. When you claim right to freedom, but you cannot forget your sense of responsibility for the nation as a citizen and your duties which are advised by the same constitution that offers you freedom also. So in a very effective manner, A.G. Gardiner talked about the concept of freedom, the concept of liberty, and in the subsequent expressions also, he is going to continue with the same thing.